Welcome into the PHNX Sun Devil Show, brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, even a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. It's a Friday Funday. I am Anthony Totri, joined by Shane Diefenbach to my left, Shawn DePaz to my right. Boys, I'm loving the energy this morning. Or afternoon?
Got a nice 24-ounce iced coffee in my new tumbler. Feeling good.
That's a nice tumbler.
Thank you.
I was going to say.
It's like got like a little.
Shawn, were you ever on Tumblr?
Yeah, he definitely looks like a Tumblr guy.
Like I didn't use it really, but I had a Tumblr, so I technically yes.
Were you looking like up there for answers?
I was thinking.
Josh Hunt with the obligatory "Let's freaking go."
Oh yeah, let's. But before we get into the much bigger topics of the day, you shaved your face.
I did shave my face.
Why?
Not as big as the bees story, but it's pretty big news.
That's true.
Bees story?
Me getting attacked by bees.
Oh, who cares?
Pulling my
Whoa!
Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, it's because I started trying to trim my mustache and it didn't go very well, and so I was just like, you know what, it needs to come off anyways. It's getting a little.
You look like you've de-aged.
I've been thrown off.
You've been thrown off?
I've been completely thrown off.
Shane was being dramatic
disrespecting my trauma.
Because some bees were near trauma.
They were not near me. They were chasing me.
Leah says she was on Tumblr.
That doesn't surprise me.
That is the least. I'm pretty sure if you like the gateway drug to or the gateway drug to owning crystals is being on Tumblr.
Wow.
I wonder if our first guest was on Tumblr.
We can ask her.
Or is on Tumblr.
We've got Sandra Day O'Connor, softball player, and ASU softball commit, Riley Valentine, joining the show. Riley, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys for having me.
Now, before we get into the questions, if you don't know who Riley is, we're just going to show you what she's going to bring to the softball field at ASU right here.
Just bombs, rockets,
dingers,
slappers.
Oh my, gone.
Goodbye.
It's got ASU written all over it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Bombs.
Sun Devil softball right there.
Love it. Love it.
My gosh.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
I've never hit a home run in real life, and I really want to know what that feels like.
My gosh. Riley, what does it feel like? Since Shawn hasn't ever hit a home run, what's that like?
Oh, it's a pretty cool feeling. I'd say it's one of the best that you get on a softball field for sure.
See, man? One day, baby.
One day.
One day.
Do you think Shawn has the potential to ever hit a home run in his life?
Like in a game?
No, just ever.
Oh, I've done it before.
I wasn't asking you.
Uh-oh.
Riley?
I think so.
This has got.
She didn't seem too confident.
This
in
has
that
got
answer.
450 written all over it. Dead center.
Riley, we've talked about it. You're committed to ASU to play softball. Just right off the bat, what stood out to you about the program?
Immediately when I visited ASU, I just fell in love with the coaching staff. I felt an immediate coach like connection with not only Coach Ford, but Coach Kalidas, Coach Harger, Coach Heff, all of them. I just felt like this is the place. This is like where I belong. This is where I'm going to be able to have my best college softball career. So, yeah.
So, talking about the commitment to ASU, how much of what's happened kind of off the field lately with ASU has impacted your decision? I mean, Coach Ford, I just want to kind of know what it's like to talk to somebody like her who's been such a phenomenal. We talked to the hack bar, Maddie, and she told us that Coach Ford's her whole philosophy is just so different from everything else. Can you just speak about her in general?
Yeah, I love Coach Ford. I have a great relationship with her. She's just a player's coach. She's there for her girls. She wants the best for her girls, but at the same time, once it's game time and you're between those white lines, it's like it's time to grind, it's time to win. And then off the field, she's just like your best friend, mom. You can talk to her about anything. Like, she's always there for you.
And then obviously you're a Valley product. I know your brother was, I believe, ranked the best shortstop in the state at one point.
Yes.
First off, like, what's it like? Like, how important was it for you to stay home? And then what's it like to have someone like that kind of in your corner, who also, obviously, baseball, not softball, but has a similar experience to you? How has he helped you and just in that entire experience?
Yeah, it was super important for me to stay home for college. I want, like, the biggest support group that I can have. I'm really close with all of my family, so having them be able to easily come to all of my games is like amazing for me. And then with my brother, like it's just a super competitive nature between me and him. We're like super close. Anything we do, we're always together. We're always taking ground balls together, hitting together, helping each other with their swing, firing each other up if we're struggling a little, just to kind of light the fire and get it going again. It's nice to have somebody at the same level to do it all with.
That's awesome. You have a younger sister as well, don't you?
Yes, I do. She's in 8th grade now.
And she plays softball as well, right?
Yes.
So are you hoping to kind of play the same role that your brothers played for you for her?
Yes, absolutely.
What have you learned from him that you hope to almost instill in your little sister?
I'd say the most important thing I've learned from him is just to kind of like play with energy, play with passion, because that's that's his best attribute, I would say. He loves the game and he shows it when he's on the field, and nothing's going to stop him. So I would say that is definitely what I want to pass on to my sister, is just to love what you do and give it 100% all the time.
Of course.
Is there anything that one of our favorite things to do on the show is pit people against each other. Is there anything that you think that you have the upper hand on in your brother in terms of baseball and softball?
I would say I have a little bit of the upper hand when it comes to power.
I love it. I love it.
I'm a little bit more of the home run hitter in the family, but he gets his every now and again.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. I want to ask about you. Like, I know you play catcher. First off, like, what in your conversations with the coaching staff and Coach Ford, like, what kind of do you see your role on the team being? And then just like, I love catchers. I caught a little bit when I played baseball. Like, what makes catchers different? Like, what is special about catchers?
Everybody says, like, you know, the catcher's the quarterback, the catcher runs the team, and that's completely true. Like, if you want to be the best catcher, you got to be able to manage your team, manage your pitchers, especially because they can. Like everybody says, the pitcher is the princess, so you have to be able to manage all of that as well as like your team, keeping everybody up, like communicating, making sure everybody's on the same page, stuff like that. But I love that part of catching. So.
Like, I want to talk a little bit about what ASU softball has done so far this season. Obviously, they just wrapped up what was a phenomenal win streak. What was it, 20 straight? The longest it was at the time, the longest active streak in the NCAA. Just after you had committed, watching what this team was capable of doing and what they still are capable of doing, how much does that excite you moving forward?
Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait to just be on that field with the girls playing under this amazing coaching staff. And I'm just going to compete and I'm going to play to win every game.
That's awesome.
The another thing to be said, not only about the talent and potential of this team, but also the culture that's kind of instilled and how well this team gets along with each other. Have you got to feel that at all, what the culture's like since your commitment?
Oh yeah. All of the girls super sweet. They're all so welcoming. It's a big like family. Like everybody loves each other. It's just like a sisterhood amongst all the girls. It's amazing.
That's awesome.
All right. I know we have some fun questions to ask too. So one of my favorite questions to ask whenever we have guests is about like their pregame rituals and stuff like that. So like, do you have any like weird pregame rituals, or is there any like music you're listening to on the way to the stadium, anything like that?
Me and my brother are super into like the Latino music, like Bad Bunny and all that. So we get pretty hyped to that before games. But I don't really have many like superstitions or rituals. I just kind of go out there and do my thing.
No tumbler, no crystals.
You're not a crystal person?
No.
Oh man, I'm curious, who is your sports hero and why are they your sports hero?
Oh gosh. That's a good question. I would say I look up to Lisa Fernandez a lot. I was recruited by UCLA through this process, and just watching her and the competitor that she is and the competitor that she still is, just like lights a fire under me. Like the way that she just went out and played the game with so much passion and so much energy was just so cool to watch.
So the last one from me: if you had $1 million but you couldn't spend any of it on yourself, what are you doing with that money?
I think that I would get my parents, probably hook them up with whatever they need, a car, house, and then of course my grandma, my sister, my brother. I would just take care of my family first.
Great
That's
answer.
a great answer.
Great answer.
I do have to know, 'cause I'm also a big number guy. What number do you wear, or what number do you hope to wear at ASU, and why is that your number?
27. Ever since I started playing softball, my brother's number 27, my sister's number 27. So 27 is just like our number for our whole family. So I'll hope be wearing 27.
27 is a power number. I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah.
Vlad Guerrero Jr.'s number too.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
I like to see 27s hit dingers.
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
does
right?
hit diggers. Riley, is there anything else that you want to add, or a message to Sun Devil fans before we get you out of here?
I just can't wait to be a part of this ASU community. I'm so excited.
Awesome. Riley, thank you so much for the time today.
Thank you for having me.
Guys, anything that stands out from what Riley had to say?
Certified power stud.
Power stud.
Power stud.
I like that I like that she has her brother to like push her. I think that's
She's
cool.
confident.
And that she's got the power advantage. I just love watching people hit dingers. Like to have more of that on ASU is awesome. But I mean, it's the same thing that I feel like it's a reoccurring theme whenever we talk about softball or talk to someone on the program related to the program is Coach Ford. Like the impact that she has on everybody that's a part of the program is just really nice to know that program at least is in very good hands.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, there was beeping going on in this office. I couldn't just figure out what it was, but it was the new stud finder we got. It was just going off the whole time we were talking.
Stud finder.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, you're not. You're not sorry
No,
at all.
I'm not.
Oh my god! I think for me, what was dope was the fact that she mentioned her sports hero, right? Like at UCLA, she was recruited by UCLA, but it's still like she still decided
came
to
to ASU,
come
yeah.
to ASU, and we've talked about the culture, we've talked about Coach Ford. Like it's just different, man.
Yeah.
ASU softball is built different.
Yeah.
And it's awesome to see. It's awesome to see them get these style of recruits. And I like I said, I love the confidence.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned that she has her brother to push her, but she was quick to say, like, I'm the power hitter in the family. And I think that says a lot, and I think she's going to be a huge piece for ASU softball going forward. It's going to be a lot of fun. We are still waiting on our second guest of the afternoon.
What time we got him slated for?
1:15, so any second now. He should be calling in. Maybe we'll hear the stud finder go off again.
Oh, yeah.
The beef meter.
The beef meter.
Oh,
the
there
beef
we go.
right on time.
Ring-a-ding-a-ding.
The beef meter was the magic word.
Yeah. That just spawns linemen.
Oh. My goodness. Joey Ramos, he is called in. It looks like the Iowa State transfer committed to ASU. Let's get him in here. We can. Joey, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. What's going on, guys?
How you doing?
I can't complain, man.
That's awesome. Let's get straight into it. We talked about leaving Iowa State, committed to ASU. What stood out about the Sun Devils for you?
So the main thing, I'm a little bit, I like to use my head a lot. So, I mean, academics is a big thing for me. So the top three schools I was considering very heavily, they were also very great MBA programs for education. And the only reason I'm up in Iowa this late is because I graduate here in about a week, 2 weeks, get my bachelor's degree, and then I head down to Sun Devil Nation. Considered ASU just because they had what I was looking for educationally, and then on the field, the opportunity that I had there was kind of unreal. It's kind of what I was looking for. So that's kind of really the main reason that I'm coming home.
Love it. Well, you talked about opportunities. There's been a lot of stuff going on down here off of the field. How has that kind of impacted your decision lately?
So I never really paid too much attention to the stuff off the field because we never really deal with that stuff. We go to school, we play football, and we kind of serve the community that way. So like I heard there was allegations and that stuff never really bothered me. It didn't dwindle my decision because I'm there to play football and we all know is that if you're good enough to play in the NFL, no matter what school you're at, the NFL is going to find you. So as long as you can create your opportunity, that's where you can be best at. And I think that's where ASU is for me. I think that's where I can be my best.
Love it.
So you mentioned coming home, your Deer Valley High School product, and you were recruited by ASU originally. How much did that coming home aspect of this decision play into that? How important was that for you?
So, I mean, everybody loves being home. I mean, you really can't beat it. Being home, I'm 25 minutes from my mom and my brother's house, and I think that has a huge effect. Just being able to be around my family compared to where I'm at now, where I'm a 3 hour flight or a 22-hour drive away from my family. I decided to come out here with nothing around me. So it forced me to grow, and I'm glad I did it. I had a great time here at Iowa State. Forced me to grow. I matured really quickly, and now I'm close to home as a mature man and just kind of excited to be with my family to finish this career out.
I'm curious, have you been in contact with anybody since you committed to ASU? Like, have any current players reached out to you? And if so, who?
So when I was down in spring break, just because I was like, I'm going to go home, I'm going to just stop by ASU, I'm just going to see what's going on at practice. Me and LD got into contact. So me and him have always kind of been staying in contact throughout this process. I always just kind of asked him to get the ins and outs of what the program's like, how's the strength staff, nutrition, how's Coach Cav, because coaches can sell you on anything, but the players will tell you how it is, honestly.
Hmm.
So I think me being in contact with him for the most of this part of recruiting really gave me good insight and just kind of helped me finish my decision and make it a confident decision.
So the transfer portal is one of the biggest things going on in collegiate sports right now. What was that process like for you? Is it with the new kind of COVID years and all this going on? How much has it changed? What's the process like?
So I mean, deciding to enter that portal, I kind of knew nothing was guaranteed. I mean, no one's guaranteed to get picked up by a school. So the only reason I entered as late as I did in January was to stay at Iowa State to make sure that I'm going to be able to finish my degree because once I get my degree, no one can take that away from me. So that was the main thing I focused on, and that's why I entered so late. But being in that portal, it's a little scary going in because you don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of uncertainty in the portal, and especially with all the NIL deals and stuff, there's a lot of people that are going into the portal to make more money as a kid. Like I saw a tweet last night that was like, none of these dudes are crying because they already had NIL deals and they're used to making a good amount of money as a college athlete. So I mean, the portal's crazy. I mean, the process was I made sure it was long because I wanted to make sure I was making the right decision, academically and athletically. I made sure I left no stone unturned. I made sure I gave every school an equal opportunity to make sure I could find my best fit and my best opportunity.
You mentioned earlier about how if you're NFL talent, you're going to get to the NFL regardless of where you go to school. But that's kind of been a big thing at ASU, being a program that is built to get guys to the NFL. What about ASU specifically do you think is going to help you achieve that goal?
I think developmental wise, I mean, coming out of Iowa State, I've been here 4 years. I'm 22 years old. I've already been developed as pretty far along. But I think Arizona State, they just have that edge on development because they're more of a pro style team. They know what it takes. They got a lot of coaches that have coached in the NFL. They know what the process is and what it takes to get there and how to train for it. So I think developmentally, as an offensive lineman, Coach Cav, I mean, me and him are able to talk technique on a very similar level. I've been blessed to train with a bunch of high-level NFL gurus for the offensive line. So when it came to technique, me and him were just able to just banter back and forth with kind of no hesitation.
Definitely. You've mentioned NIL earlier. I'm curious, this will be like a two-part question for you. How much did NIL play a role in your decision to leave Iowa State and come to ASU? Because there has been a lot of discussion and a lot of debate with the way that ASU has kind of gone about the whole NIL process.
So I've always kind of stayed away from the NIL. I never really had any interest in it because we're all still young dudes. I mean, and once you start kind of making that kind of money that some people are, I mean, some people with six-figure contracts with NIL deals. they're 18, 19 years old. They don't really know when it comes to taxes, they don't know what they're going to do. So I've always kind of stayed away from the NIL deals just based on what's going to come at the end of the year with taxes and all that, and having to grow in that kind of way. I think we're just all too young to kind of have to handle it that too soon. I think the schools just could have made stipends a little bit more so kids didn't have to chase that type of money.
Yeah, 100%. This will segue perfectly into our more fun questions for you. So let's say taxes aren't a thing, right? Which would be perfect for everybody in this world. If you could have any NIL deal, any company, any whatever, what would it be?
That's a really tough question, honestly.
Dream scenario.
I mean, maybe like probably some type of clothing brand or like even sunglasses, like an Oakley deal. I think that'd be pretty
Ooh,
badass.
that would be a good one.
Because I mean, it's Arizona. The sun's it's brighter than hell. Everybody knows it hurts. So I think having an Oakley deal would be pretty badass to just kind of rock their shades like that.
I think Dave & Buster's is still
Oh
number
my
one for me.
Dave & Buster's would be dope.
Yeah, Shane loves Dave & Buster's.
Love Dave and Buster. Well, right before you came on, I think we summoned you with the word beef. That's been my favorite way to describe linemen, especially offensive linemen. Do you like being called beef? Do you like the term beef? Or should we stop referring to Arizona State offensive linemen as the beef?
I mean, I think everyone handles it a little bit differently. I mean, people I've heard names from all types of spectrums. I've heard beef, big man, oh, big boy, the tank, the pancakes, whatever. Like I've heard them all. And I think if it kind of hurts your feelings or whatever, it affects you. But I grew up as a big kid, so I've heard it all. So it doesn't ever really bother me.
I gotta ask. I see you with the headset and the gaming chair. Are you a gamer?
Yeah, so I mean, I game here and there. I mean, it's something I do when I just get really bored. I mean, I've had a lot of time on my hands these past couple months being in that portal, not having obligations with football. So I ended up building a PC. So that's kind of all my setup right now. I got a built PC next to me, and I kind of tinker with technology here and there.
What are you playing?
I play a variety of whether it's Call of Duty, Rocket League. I just started to dwindle into Elden Ring. That game's nothing but frustration. So,
Yeah.
you know, as long as I got a couple buddies from back home to play with, I'll play just about anything.
He is in Iowa, so like it explains the gaming.
Hey now, Iowa slander.
Listen,
Hey
man.
now.
I lived in Indiana, so I'm big on any state that starts with the letter I.
We need to get a bottle in here for every time that Totri mentions that he was in South Bend.
I didn't say South Bend. I said Indiana.
Same shit.
difference.
No.
Same difference.
Tell that to people who live in Indianapolis.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
They do not want to be associated with South Bend. I want to get into just the flow that you got. For people that don't know, you obviously got the hat on. But you are joining an offensive line that has a ridiculous amount of flow. So I'm curious, out of all of your now teammates, who has got the best flow? Obviously, we got you up there, but you've got Chris Martinez to the top right, transfer from San Diego State. Got Isaiah Glass down there on the bottom left, and then Emmett Bull on the far right.
I mean, that picture's a little outdated of me. I mean, I have a mullet right now.
Let's go.
But I don't know, it's kind of tough. I mean, you can't go wrong with the poly hair. Those curls are strong. But I don't know. I think with I don't know, my hair's kind of in a funky state.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, that goes crazy.
That is awesome.
I got a little bit of hat hair right now. But I mean, I don't know. If we can all rock that long hair and dominate, let's do it.
That would go hard if the entire line adapted Bull's strategy where they just straighten their hair. A whole offensive line with straightened hair would go crazy.
Can you imagine how intimidating that would be?
That would be terrifying.
It would be the great. I'm gonna go on and limit and say ASU is the great first team all hair offensive line.
Yeah.
That's big. That's big.
That's huge news going into the season.
Josh says the offensive line is full of Chads. Yeah, we do. On the field drip. That's
I gotta ask
typically
about the. So we like to ask people about the drip that they have on and off the field, but obviously lineman drip, big man drip is a little different. So what is your go to your fit on the field, and how do you rate your style in general?
So personally, I think I got rather like I got higher tier lineman swag, I guess, if it was that. I usually like to rock like a loose long sleeve, and then I obviously, depending on the position, like last year I played center, so like I had my fingers taped, so I didn't really wear gloves. So I would have my fingers taped. I'd have a kind of baggy long sleeve, a little tight on the arms, but still like enough room. I mean, I would pull my pants up a little bit past the knee. We all had to wear knee braces, so I mean, you can't really do much with like the leg part. But I mean, I do have a leg sleeve on my right leg, so I mean, I think that helps a little bit with the swag.
Dude, nothing. I swear, nothing hits harder than a football player in a loose long sleeve. It goes crazy.
What about the off the field drip? Like, how do you rate your style when you're just walking around campus, stuff like that?
Shoot, off campus or like off the field. I mean, I'm a real basic dude. As long as I'm comfortable, I'm good. So I'll depending on the weather. I mean, I'm used to being here when it's. I mean, shoot, currently it's April, end of April, and I woke up to 30 degrees. So
Oof.
Hell no.
a little rough. So sometimes I'll wear a hoodie. But if back in AZ, I'll probably just be in shorts, long sleeves, and slippers. Man, that you can't beat that.
Rocking the Oakleys, the hair.
Yeah.
It's set up perfect. It's set up perfect. The last question we got for you, I can guarantee you've never been asked this question in your entire life. And if you have, I'm going to leave right now.
Please tell me you have.
Yeah, even if you haven't, say you
have.
What is your favorite part of the alphabet and why?
I'd have to say J. I mean, just because
J.
Just the letter J, that'd be my favorite part. Just because I mean, all my family starts with the letter J. I have a J tattooed on my leg. It's a J, but it's also a hook. I don't know what I've learned about the letter J and that type of shape of a hook. It's a lot of strength and leadership abilities, just because you have that ability to catch and pull and just kind of hold on to things like that. So that's why I choose letter J.
Yeah, that's the best
He
answer.
managed to turn the letter J.
I'm just like,
I want to run through a wall right now.
yeah, I'm just like XYZ because it's cool. You know, it's like, that's a legit
That
answer.
was the most articulate answer to that question I've ever
Oh
heard.
my
Profound.
God.
That was beautiful.
Damn.
Our lineman can speak any letters.
Jeez. Joey, any final thoughts or just any more inspirational letters that you got for Sun Devil Nation?
I don't got any more inspirational letters, but I'm excited to get to campus and be a part of this team and really make an impact and turn ASU into that dominant team again.
I got another letter for you. W, baby. Let's go. Big dubs.
Absolutely.
Joey, thank you so much for your time, man.
I appreciate you guys having me.
Yep.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
one.
Later.
My God, that was 100%. I was not expecting.
That was crazy. So we know the guy's intelligent.
But yeah, that's one thing that you noticed right off the
Yeah.
bat is that
Yeah.
he is a very well-spoken,
Yeah.
well-spoken football player, which is, I mean, it's awesome, and he clearly thinks about what he's saying before he says it. Is there anything that
Maybe you should do that.
No, that's not what I get paid to do.
Isn't that not explicitly what you get paid to do?
Is there anything that stood out to you about what he had to say in picking ASU?
It seems like it was less about, what he thinks that he needs and more about, or less about what he thinks is the best situation to win and more about the best situation for himself.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could really see it. Like I'm fired up. I'm fired up to have a guy like this in the program.
No, and
I
we
want to go
talk
to Old Town.
we talk a lot about all the off-field stuff and how the school treats NIL, but I mean, you're gonna get guys like this, whose focus is slightly different, and I think you can build a good program with guys like that.
Mhm.
Like you mentioned that he's obviously really well, like, intelligent, and like having a guy like that, I feel like it's similar. It's
Linemen
interesting.
are so smart.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm gonna say. Like, it's interesting
center,
the parallels between the two guests that we had, both homegrown products, and I feel like a center's kind of like a catcher of a football team.
100%.
Like, you got the quarterback who gets all the attention,
They're
but
both C.
what they're doing about, like, kind of they're both C. I guess that's true. That's a good point. But,
Thank
like,
you.
what
It's
they're
not really a good point.
I mean, it's another parallel. But homegrown products, and they're both like the quarterback, the pitcher is going to get all the attention, but what they're doing that doesn't go noticed is super impactful. But it was really cool to hear about, like, how his aspiration to get to the NFL and how he thinks that ASU can help him get there.
They both transfer the ball to the princess of the team, and the quarterback and the pitcher.
True. Well, the pitcher kind of transfers it to them.
Well, they're involved in the transaction of the ball.
Yeah, fair enough.
Transaction.
They touch the ball on every play.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Speaking of transaction of balls,
Oh, we're just going straight into
dude.
it. We
Well,
yeah. That was
Totri,
wow.
I give you a lot of credit for your
that was
segues, but
pretty
that
fucking
was
good. That was
God tier.
transaction of balls. Wow.
I don't know why I'm high-fiving you.
Ball
I should
transactions.
High five. Yeah.
nothing like nothing.
Wow.
Let's get to it.
Threw
Would you
me
like some
off there.
transactions for your balls?
You can make a transaction to
Yes.
help your balls by
Manscaped. We want to thank our friends at Manscaped. Wait.
Thank you.
We got to cue Migos. Yes. Migos is
what
joining
Migos
us.
are we? Like
I'm offset. That's for damn
I
sure.
feel like he's definitely Quavo.
Yeah.
He's the head
Yeah,
of
and
it.
you're a takeoff.
Take off. Smile.
Okay, so we're gonna
Smile.
cue Migos here for this one and only Manscaped read. Again, we want to thank our friends at Manscaped, who is the best in men's below the waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package, the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you.
Nobody else.
20% off
Just you.
and free worldwide shipping with the code SUNDEVILS at manscaped.com. Now, if our math is correct, that's about 8 million balls.
Millie.
Again, 8 million balls.
Testes.
One more time for the people that didn't hear it. 8
Balls.
million balls. There's Max.
8
Max
million.
in the comments. Just balls, all caps.
That's 4 million nutsacks.
Well,
That's our marketing guy.
yeah.
There he is in the door.
Just to clarify, you say 4 million nutsacks. That's not, I mean, you
Well,
know,
technically that's not true. Yeah,
There
you
could be-
cannot
there's-
confirm.
Singular ball people.
and trifecta ball people.
Trifecta ball.
No balls.
Guys, have you ever had a time
Three ball.
where
Key.
you've have you guys ever had a time where you nicked your nuts?
Nicky nuts. No.
My nuts are bleeding.
Well, if you ever had a time where you have nicked your nuts, highly recommend
Help me.
recommend getting the Performance Package
in pain.
4.0 by Manscaped, and it's arrived. And oh man,
I
it's
need
a game changer. Inside this package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer,
Whack it.
Crop Preserver, Ball Deodorant, Crop Reviver Toner, Performance
My balls smell
Boxer
good.
Briefs, and a travel bag to hold your goodies. First off, the Lawnmower 4.0. This trimmer is the future of grooming, and dare I say, the greatest ball trimmer ever. Trust me when we say your balls will thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Get 20% off and
My
free
balls show me
shipping
gratitude.
with the code SUNDEVILS at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code SUNDEVILS. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Scam
Thank you, Migos. Back to the regular personalities that
Shave your
are on
balls.
this show. So,
them.
it would not be a Friday Funday without Hot or Not. Leah,
Here's the first one. That I'd read. Hot.
That was so hot. Migos, but us as the Migos, so
ball
hot.
trimmers,
So fucking hot.
and cue Leah.
All right, I have to be honest. So it's been a really busy week, and this morning I was eating breakfast, and I was like, "Ah, shit! I have to come up with hot or nots." So,
You're saying they're gonna be mad.
Unlike
First off, I
Manscaped.
love the fact that she has now, like, over time, it has slowly become like a part of her duties.
Yeah, and also you could have just like not told us that, and
I
we probably
knew
would have
it.
never known that.
well, I don't have 3 ready.
Oh,
so,
Top of the head, top of the
Boo.
head, bang, bang, bang.
Ooh.
Okay, so my first one is downtown Phoenix, hot or not?
Just the city, or like going out.
The downtown, like as
Yeah.
downtowns go.
It's okay.
Oh, it's hot.
It's hot.
It's getting warmer.
Yeah, it depends on where you are. Like with Roosevelt, hot.
There's so many places to live, and I never see anybody unless there's a game going on. Like, where did everybody go? Like, the streets are almost always empty. It's
Really?
Yes.
No,
when
I'm
there's not-
saying no. It's hot.
It is
I
hot.
got my education there. I lived there. Roosevelt Art
Charles
District
says
is
it
nice.
is physically hot.
It is physically hot. You got 2 stadiums / 4 professional sports teams technically downtown. When you consider you got obviously D-backs, Mercury, Suns, and the Arizona Rattlers. So there's stuff to do. There's a movie theater downtown.
There is.
There's some good restaurants downtown.
How can you say it's mid?
Yeah, I
or
don't
it's
think
not.
it's-
It's warm. It's hot.
It's getting warmer.
It's definitely
What
getting
for you?
warmer.
What would it take to be hot?
I just want more people there. There's
Really?
so many, it feels.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah, I feel like if you want more people,
When I
you
was-
go to Old Town.
Yeah, when I was living there, I liked that about it. Plus, you get like First Friday. Buds-a-Palooza
It's
was
a great
downtown.
area. It's a great area. I'll give it a hot.
And
Thank
I
you.
love
Charles says it is hot.
I love the scooters. I love
I
riding
fucking
around.
hate the scooters. The
Why?
scooters are not hot.
Bro, the new birds are so hot. They go way too fast. I
I
love it.
love scooters. One time I got into scooters and me and a few of my friends took it to a D-backs game. One of my friends completely ate shit outside of Footprint Center, scraped up his whole leg, had like 100 people staring at him. Felt bad for him, but that's the
You laughed, didn't
life.
you?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, 100%.
Scooters are so hot though.
I
so
disagree. Disagree.
Why?
They're just not hot. I think they're stupid.
Why?
They just are.
They're fun to ride around on.
Wait, what's your reasoning? You just think they're stupid?
I just don't like them.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe, now that I'm thinking about it, there may be some emotional trauma with scooters. So, funny story. Funny story that is funny now.
Oh,
wasn't
God.
funny growing up.
Oh, boy.
no.
So, I was a little bit of a heftier kid
Uh-huh.
growing up. And I got this blue Razor motor scooter.
Are you
You
gonna
break
say
your
that,
shin in
that
half?
it hit your shin?
No.
Okay.
No. Even worse. So, growing up, like I lived at the bottom of this hill and we had to go like a pretty decent sized
Yeah.
hill to go to school. So,
You walk up.
I would I'd ride up. I'd try and ride my motor scooter up the fucking hill.
Oh, it was a motor scooter.
Yeah,
Oh.
but I was a little bit too hefty for this thing to fucking make it up the hill and get me to school every day. So this motherfucker would run out of battery by the time I got there
Then why did you keep taking it?
because I wanted to ride the motor scooter.
Josh Hunt with an all-time comment. Fake story. Didn't mention he grew up in South Bend.
I actually have an interesting story about scooters. Not an electric scooter, but when I was younger. And
Wait, hold on. That's totally a user error.
yeah,
If
I
you
agree.
notice that it didn't get you up the first time, why would you take it again?
Because I was just a kid. I wanted to ride my motor scooter, bro.
That's fair. I have an interesting
Dumbass kid.
story that was questionable in hindsight. But when I was a kid, there was like a park that was like a few blocks away. So me and other kids in the neighborhood would walk to the park. And there's just this one house. And I don't know. It's just dumb kid. You understand why kids get kidnapped. Because this guy came up to me and he was like, hey, like, do you want this scooter? And I was like, fuck, yeah. So I took the scooter and I was riding it. At one point, it literally just like disintegrated. Like the wheels came off as I was riding it. Just completely fell apart. I think he was trying to kill me. But
This was a regular scooter.
it was a
Wasn't
regular Razor scooter, like the kind that you would break your shin with type. Yeah.
Hmm.
And it literally just, both wheels at once fell off. It just fell apart. And it wasn't like immediately. Like it was a few days after I was riding it. Like he had timed it. It had just disintegrated.
Maybe it was an old scooter that he wanted to give away.
Well, that's obviously, but also, how does it all fall apart at once? Like it's not like one tire came off. Like both just popped off. The handlebars fell off. It was unbelievable.
What's worse, hitting your shin with a Razor scooter or,
That's the answer.
walking a mile
The scooter.
on barefoot on Legos?
The scooter.
Scooter.
Really?
Did you guys ever have skip-its?
Yes. Yes.
No.
I love that
When
thing.
those hit you in
Yes.
the shin, though.
Oh, yeah, I do it now.
Yeah, that was-
Remember
that
those
was-
skip-its?
I want to jump rope. I haven't jumped rope in a very long time.
Just currently?
Yeah, I
I
love
have
jumping
one.
rope.
I'll bring it in.
Please. I love jumping rope.
Yeah, let's jump rope in the office where all the equipment is.
Yeah, there's this
Says
area
the
out
people have been kicking around a giant ball that Shawn won at Dave and Buster's
there.
last
It's just
week.
props
So did
to
we
me.
tell you about Manscaped? 8 million
Balls
balls. What is the second topic, Leo?
Okay, so tonight is the last ever game at Gila River Arena, and not Glendale, not the Coyote situation, but Gila River Arena itself. Hot or not?
That's
Not
not a
hot.
fair question.
Not
but I'm
hot.
just
Not
ice
hot.
cold. Well, I know you mentioned
Literally.
it's physically hot earlier.
No, if you can put it anywhere and it's not in Glendale, it's hot.
I think
I like the arena a lot.
I think GRA is a pretty bum ass arena.
Yeah, it is.
Like as an arena by itself, I don't.
Really?
I think
Yeah.
it's a pretty trash arena.
Why?
It's like not good.
Why? You
Like
can't-
I
you're coaching. You can't
No,
just
I'm
say that.
comparing it.
Why
to
is that a fucking thing?
comparing it to other arenas I've been to? Like I think I don't even know what it's called anymore. It's changed its name like 80 times. But the arena where the Sabres play, like it's got like this giant like the front of it, when depending on how you're looking at it, is like this giant glass wall where like you could see this, like you could see all the levels of the arena. Like what I've seen for where Seattle plays, like their arena goes
Dude,
crazy.
It's a brand new
No, it's not.
arena.
It's a renovated arena, but it's
yeah,
an
but
old
it's
arena.
a brand new idea of the arena.
Well, fair, but I'm saying, so it's an old arena that's not that good.
Charles says physically not, but for hockey rink. It's
yeah,
pretty
dude,
hot.
it is. I told this on bet. So I played a game when I was like 12 years old in the arena, and I was sweating so much more than I normally do on the ice. It's so warm in there.
Oh, you're talking physically hot.
Yeah.
Okay, what about for the purpose of the show? Is it
I
hot?
said hot.
Oh, okay. No, I'm
I
just
did say
kidding. You're
hot. I
yelling
already
at me.
said
Man.
it.
You're just yelling at me, man.
Yeah, I already said it. You deserve to be yelled at if you don't listen to me.
Okay. Third topic.
Wait, did you give your?
Yeah, it's not hot.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Totri didn't give a reason.
No, I don't have to.
All right, I have our last one. Hot or not? The like, I don't want to say yassification, but like how like the first round draft picks. You know how like it used to be like you can kind of just wear a suit, and now it's like first round draft picks wear crazy shit.
Yes.
Hot or not? Crazy suits in the NFL draft.
Hot.
It's generally hot. Like the drip on a lot of these guys is hot. I don't like when they get crazy, like just to be crazy and it doesn't look good. Like Sauce, that the chain he was wearing and that suit, like that blue suit.
He better bring it.
Went crazy.
He better bring it if his name is fucking Sauce.
Do you guys have like a favorite that you've seen?
Sauce's chains went stupid.
Maybe not necessarily even this draft, just like down the line.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Well, if you want to look at that, you can head over to the PHNX Phoenix Sports podcast. It's happening right over there. They're talking about it.
Dante Fowler, I gotta pull it up. Dante Fowler had the best shoes for his drip.
What are you wearing? Because I'm definitely showing up in some chains. I'm getting my shit lined with like. I like when guys get
Your
like,
drip would go hard.
Yeah, it would.
Josh, some stuff comes back to haunt you, like the Fortnite suit. That was not good.
What?
You don't remember that?
No.
I'll pull it up.
But what? Like I would have my suit lined with like my college's logo, like a bunch of pitchforks and stuff like that, or like Sparkies.
Kevin Knox.
I think that looks cool. Oh yeah,
That went
that's
hard.
Tough.
Dante Fowler with those shoes too.
Ooh, the red trim on it is nice.
Oh, that went stupid.
I'm a big fan of the stuff inside of suits.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like I would
DAs.
I would have mine lined with.
Yeah, that's sick.
Oh, that's dope. I would have mine lined with like my college or something like that. Maybe pictures of my
Half
family.
Hot or
ASU,
not?
half ASU.
Shorts with suits.
Not hot.
You have to be the right kind of person.
Yeah, that is true. You do have to be the right.
That
kind
is
of
not the right kind of person
No,
to do.
Trey
that.
Young is not the right.
Trey Young is the wrong
You
person
have to be
doing
You have to have quads.
You have to have Saquon style legs.
I think I've tried to do that before. Like I was getting dressed for something, I put it on. Like
I wore khaki shorts with a teal suit to the waist management one year, but that's the waist.
But that's the waste management. There's guys dressed up as bananas there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I generally like the drip now is better than like 15 years ago when motherfuckers were wearing like suits that were 18 sizes too big.
Mhm.
Hated that.
I love
Really?
that.
I thought
hate
that
it.
was.
I think it's hilarious.
It's hilarious in hindsight, but
Yeah.
it doesn't look good.
Well, they thought it looked good.
I guess.
Okay.
Right then.
Crikey.
Right then.
That-
Time to
Ball
pop in the
socks.
show.
Ball socks at manscaped.com.
Oh.
That does it for another
I want a
Friday
Manscaped read every
Funday.
show.
You can follow us on social
Oh.
at PHNX_Sun
Wait.
Devils. What?
DraftKings pick of the week.
We did a DraftKings pick.
Well, we
of the
didn't
week earlier in the week.
read our DraftKings ad.
Oh. Well, before we get out of here,
You're welcome.
DraftKings.
let's tell you about the NBA playoffs because it means next level basketball. This week, new customers can bet $5 on any team to win and get $150 in free bets instantly. You win no matter what. Plus, place the same game parlay each day with 3 or more legs and get up to $25 back if one leg doesn't hit. Do you have a DraftKings Sportsbook pick of the week?
What is going on over there?
Shawn was looking at you all menacingly. I thought he was going to do something.
was?
Yeah, I gave it on the bet show. It's the Coyotes to lose 3-1 tonight, or just the correct score to be 3-1, because that was the correct score of the first game they played against Nashville and the first game ever in GRA. It is the last game ever. It is
Ooh.
against Nashville. 3-1
I like
final
that.
score. Courtesy of our producer Leah.
My pick of the week is just going to be Grizzlies -1. I think they finished the series tonight.
I hope to fuck. You're right.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code PHNX. Bet $5 on any NBA team to win their game during the first round of the playoffs and get $150 in free bets instantly. That's promo code PHNX at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. 21 plus, Arizona only. Gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. A minimum of a $5 deposit. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
If you're going to be at the game tonight, come down to the lower after the game. Post-game show happening. It's going to be a good time.
Don't zone.
There might be some special guests dropping by. I'm just
It
saying.
might be me. Uh-oh.
Shane's not the special guest we're talking about, though.
Oh.
Well, there will be special guests, I guess. I don't know. I'll be there. Does that
Wait,
count?
really?
Yeah, I'm going to go.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, why not? Yes, if you enjoyed the content today, follow us on social at PHNX_Sun Devils, and we will be back with an audio show on Saturday. You can follow me on social at Anthony_Totri. Shane, where can the people
Follow
follow
me on
you?
Twitter at Shane Deef.
Follow me on Twitter at Shawn_DePause, safely trimming my nuts as always.
Peace.